Welcome to Wild Trout Man, featuring the art, science, adventure, and zen experience of fly fishing. Long live cold, clean water. Long live wild trout. Please help preserve this precious natural resource, and please subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, and enjoy this episode from Wild Trout Man.
Look at this winter wonderland. How amazing is that? Here we are, Pennsylvania. Got our first somewhat major snowfall, 5-6 inches here. They're predicting a whole bunch more, but this is what we got. It's nice wet snow, so it's sticking to the trees. It looks absolutely stunning. So we're gonna be after some native and wild trout here. Just enjoying the surroundings, and if you happen to catch a native brookie wild brown when you're out, boy, enjoy that moment, because it's priceless, and you don't know how many you're gonna have. So welcome to Wild Trout Man. Glad you're here. As always, glad you're along for the ride. Thank you for your support. It's gonna be amazing. Let's go. A little precarious on the ride in. Definitely doing some four-wheeling, and I was pretty much gunning it through the snow. I didn't want to lose momentum and get stuck, especially as going uphill in the mountain here. But made it. I was able to park, turn around, got it facing the right direction. So we're ready to bolt out of here later today. But I got a nice early start. Took some drone footage in the beginning. It was a little windy, a little bit of a bumpy ride up in the air too, but just stunningly beautiful. I was really happy to see no other car tracks or footprints as you're coming in. These small streams are magical, but they can't stand a lot of pressure. So if you're the first one in, lucky you, and have a go at it, and you're gonna have a good time. How about that magical tree? Just stunning. Really beautiful, like these native brookies. Everything here is just Mother Nature's work of art, and we're gonna enjoy it today. I hear some water too, so I smell native brookies. One thing you'll notice with my videos, I never name the Class A wilderness or natural reproduction streams. Usually they're so small, like I mentioned, they can't handle lots of pressure. So I'll show you how to catch them, what to use, how to read the water, all those aspects of fly fishing. But to put the names of these little tiny streams on social media, that's not a wise thing, because they will get absolutely hammered, and it's too much, too much for these streams. If it's a destination stream, I have no problem with that. Yellow Breeches, Penn's Creek, Pine Creek, West Branch of the Delaware, any of those major streams. Everyone knows them, and they could withstand the pressure, and they have. But small streams, don't ask. Do your homework. That's all part of the beauty, finding these streams, especially when you find one on your own. It's so cool. That's magical. I love finding a native brookie stream that I never knew existed, or maybe it's even not on the map as a Class A or natural reproduction stream like that. That's great. So yeah, do your homework and get out some maps. That's just awesome. So here we go. Getting close to. I have fished this stream before. I'm going to head up to a section. Walking up further, I'm going to try and fish a section I never hit before. I want to check out some new water further upstream. I'm not sure how tiny it's going to be up there, but I want to hit some new water and see what we got up there. Looks like we might have some beaver activity going on. That's just a little tiny seep going in there. Maybe it's a little natural spring heading into the main stream, which is over to my left. Not fresh. Hey, those tracks were from last night sometime when the snow was coming down. interesting track through the snow. But again, not fresh. And not really sure what kind of creature that was. It obviously couldn't be very big because it's just plowing through the snow, making its trail. I was hoping they'd run into some pines and evergreens, which are always so gorgeous in the snow, but more of a deciduous forest here. Alright, I've been bushwhacking in here for a bit. Actually, I'm on a little emergency dirt road through the area here. It's gated, can't get back here. Thank God no ATVs are allowed, because they sure make a mess of these streams. And there's no bridges. Man, just rip the area up. All that sedimentation, wicked. Wicked for the macroinvertebrates, the fish, and every other form of life in that water. They just can't stand that sedimentation being bombarded. Even the eggs get covered in that sedimentation, and it's bad news all around. So stay out of the streams. You know, stop ripping them up, those ATVs. Use the bridge. Early black stonefly. Look at that. Beautiful early black stonefly. You know, when I was younger, I thought these fish were just dormant, wintertime, down, you know, on the bottom, just trying to survive. But look, you got these black stoneflies hatching here, and these fish are feeding. It's getting a little bit warmer. Maybe the sun's going to pop through. I think we might pick up a fish or two. Last time I was here at this stream, I stopped right at this spot. I picked up a really nice wild brown. I said I wasn't going to fish for today, but I'm right here. It's hard to resist. So today I have an 8.5 foot 4-weight Orvis Recon. This is the rod. You don't necessarily need a 4-weight for these streams. You can certainly get by with a 3, even a 2. But I like this 4-weight for my dry dropper rig. If I had just a dry fly, 3-weight would be awesome. But an 8.5, I like the longer rod because I just flip it out there. No false casting needed, just boom, one flip right there. I get precision casts with the 4-weight with the dropper on it. So that's why I go a little bit heavier when I'm fishing these streams. It just first cast is critical. You need to be, precision. Bam, first cast. You don't get many second chances. So I'm most accurate when I'm using this combo of rod reel. I got a 9-foot leader on, going down to 4X. This guy's little stonefly's tickling me. Walking on the hairs on my arm there, on my hand. So leaders is a 9-foot leader. It was about 7.5 feet, chopped back. I added some 4X to the dry fly, which is a Royal Wolf, and then I got 5X down to this special fly here, Corkhill Caddis, by my buddy Paul, who was over his place yesterday. It has a present, I guess. He made a rod for me, maybe a fly rod, so that was pretty awesome. This is one of his patterns, and in his honor, we're going to try and catch the first fish on it today. I love fishing Maxima when I'm on these streams. It's stiffer. I feel I don't need the fluorocarbon. There's so many trees around. You are going to get stuck in a tree. You're going to get stuck in several trees. There's no way around it. If you're fishing hard, fishing the way you should, with getting those casts by the logs, by the wood, you're going to get stuck. It's difficult. 2 flies of fluorocarbon. So my cousin Mark turned me on to this Maxima chameleon many years ago, and I've been loving it ever since. So that's what we're using today. That's what we're going with. Let's see what we can make happen here. Stanley Cooper Senior Trout Unlimited. That's our group. Got our big banquet coming up in March. This is my infamous Super Adams dry fly. That's a great dry fly right there for the summertime. I do like it bigger as the dried holding the dropper. That's a size 16. A 14 or a 12 definitely works works better. I think I'm going to do a dry dropper. The stream's lower than last time I was here. I think that will give me my best floats through here, looking at the level of the water. I have about 16 inches of 4-pound Maxima Chameleon. I love this stuff, especially on brookie streams. So I got the 4X to my dry fly and 5X 3-pound to my dropper. Used a big stonefly nymph here previously and did really well. I'm gonna go with something smaller. That big yellow stone is that's a deadly pattern. I think I could go with a little bit smaller fly because the water's down and it's not going to work well off of that big stone off of this with this dry fly. I'd have to go to a strike indicator, which I prefer not to. So that's about 18, that's about 20 inches there. 20 inches down, I'm going to stick my dropper. Just over my buddy Paul's house last night. As a present, he made me a fly rod. What a guy. Awesome. And it had some flies too, and oh my god, Paul, I forgot the flies. The rod is at the house and the flies are in there, and I wanted to go with that little smaller corkhill caddis pattern. That would have been really nice to try here. These nymphs might be a little too small. Streamers are too big. Stoneflies are too big. That's the corkhill. He might be a little too big, but I'm gonna try it. It's a tie bond for my buddy Paul, who, in his honor, let's catch the first one on this big old nasty corkhill caddis. Good cast. Come on. Good drift. There's the run right there. You can see that's the deepest section. I think that's where I caught that fish last time, right there. The water was at least 6 inches higher. And because of that, I was able to fish. So you can't fish from down there. Can't fish from downstream up because of that tree right there. So I came across and I was able to do some casts right across here, and that worked because the water was higher and less chance of spooking the fish with that higher water. So in this section of stream, you got the main stream coming down here, but right over here in this undercut bank, right by that rock, I really didn't get I wasn't able to get my fly in there, unfortunately. It's got landed in a tree right now. But that's the run. Boom, right into there, down into this section right here. You can see it's deeper, it's got cover, it's got that big boulder there, got some sticks in the water. That's really nice. This upper section is really shallow. That's not happening. But down by the snow-covered rock in the stream, that was a nice deeper section right there. So those are the two spots here that I would target for trout. I got good drifts down by the rock here, but I only got 1 or 2 casts up here, and I didn't get close enough to that rock before I caught this nice birch. So I had some nice drifts through that lower section there, but nothing, no action. And it was, last time I was here, that water was definitely deeper, at least 6 inches deeper, where I think I was able to get a a better cast in without spooking the fish. I think I was kind of close from fishing that opposite shore. I always like fishing upstream, but that spot you couldn't because there's all that tree, all those tree branches down below, that tree overhanging. So I had to get a little bit closer than I wanted. Nothing happening. Let's move on to the next section and let's let's get things going here. There's the drift right there. Ooh. Nice first cast. Right in the feeding lane. Nothing happened. Yeah, the stream is definitely much lower than last time I was here. It was ripping pretty good, so you have to find some deeper water where these fish may be hanging out here in the winter. There's some faster waters that run right up here, so let's give that a shot. This is how I love fishing, totally upstream, so I could be back as far as possible from the trout. Oh. Darn, this is gonna spook the whole hole. Just try and sneak up, staying low. Boy, it's deep here. It's knee deep. Nice cast. Feeding lane is probably a little off to the right. A little slow. This is the deeper water. This is where I crossed to get back to when I left last time. It was a nice deep hole here. Oh man, nice drift. Nice drift, nice drift. There we go. Come on. Might have to change flies. Sorry, Paul. There's gotta be fish in this run. Might be more of a streamer run here. All this is really slack water right here. So they're not gonna come up and hit a dry dropper here because you're not gonna get any movement, but it's deep. I would think that they could be hanging out in this deeper section along the ledge, but it's probably more of a streamer for that area because you need to get some movement to your fly, and there's not enough current there. I thought they would be laying right on the seam between the fast water and the slower section. I thought this pattern's it's big, it's juicy. I thought it would be a hit for this Brookie and Wild Brown stream, but maybe it's just a little bit too big and not imitating anything that's natural in the stream right now. Those are just perfect drifts right there. You can see my dry fly going down, same speed as the bubbles, just absolutely perfect. And that's a nice run. There definitely should have picked something up there. But it doesn't always happen. But you gotta, maximize your chances with learning how to read the water and getting that fly floating down that those runs where the trout are most likely to be. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer this afternoon, but it's definitely below freezing here. All right, put on going with the old pheasant tail. Tried and true. Proven. This fly catches trout. Hot spot pheasant tail. Absolutely deadly. So I fished 3 really nice runs and absolutely 0 action so far. Changed up flies, took off the cork gill and got on the beathead pheasant tail, hot spot pheasant tail. So that's I know that pattern always works, and let's see if we can make it happen here. Spending a lot of time filming, and now it's time to spend some time fishing and get one under the belt, and then we can go back to filming some more beauty of the wonders of the great Pennsylvania, our beautiful state here. But we need our state fish next before I get too cold. Oh, come on. Nice cast. Perfect float, come on. Gotta go a little left. There we go. Oh, I had a hit. Had a hit. Darn. Let's let him settle down for a moment. Let's get another cast out there. And that was my first hit here so far. Looks like I could get a good drift through this run here. Having a hard time with my icing up. My rod's icing up, the line's icing up. With my everything being frozen, my casts are tailing off to the right. I am overcompensating, but not enough yet to get it to go left. I don't see my fly. Oh, there it is. Oh, gosh. I've had a hit. Another one. Shoot. Had my chance. Keep stripping in. Strip that line in as the fly comes down. Ah, nothing. Darn. Come on. Oh boy. Yay. I must have spooked him. That was perfect, but I'm having a rough time casting with everything icing up. Got to get those precision first casts. Right in the feeding lane. Anybody home? Nothing. Right here was the run. That's where I had the 2 hits, right there. upstream it's looking more shallow. It's decent, you know, around the bend right there is a possibility, but it's too shallow to the right, far right. And then in the middle, there's just no current to get your flag having some motion there. The key with this dry dropper is you got to have movement. The fish aren't gonna, you won't see the strike, or you got to get movement to that fly to entice the fish. Otherwise it's just sitting there. It doesn't look natural. That opposite seam looks really good. Between the opposite seam and that fast water right there, there's the drift. Boom. Perfect. Right off of the slow water, you think there'd be a fish hanging right there. I don't know, the weather has been really warm until the snowstorm hit, and it just might have them down right now. This is really nice right here. It's deep. That's my big stonefly. I might put my stonefly on here shortly. That's too deep for the dropper. I'm not getting down far enough in this hole. But that stonefly, that would hug the bottom right here, where it's pretty deep and fast and very fishy looking. I don't feel like changing things up just yet though. It's getting cold. Feels like it's getting colder instead of warmer this afternoon. Working hard and had 2 strikes on the pheasant tail. Subtle strikes, but that was it. So I might change things up again and go back to a big yellow stonefly. I think I need to get down deeper because the fish are just hanging on the bottom. It's just staying really cold today. I thought it was supposed to warm up, and it hasn't. Having a tough time casting with everything icing up, and I think I just got to hug the bottom more. And my dry dropper and some of the deeper runs where these fish might be, it's just not getting down far enough. So just absolutely spectacular scenery here. So try and enjoy the beauty, and as we're moving along, trying to pick up our first fish here. So picturesque, so beautiful. Gosh, this should be a brookie right there. That should have been the first cast right there. Wham. Oh, the sun's peeking through. Maybe that'll stir things up here. There's definitely trout here. Just trying to find how to pick them up right now with this cold winter weather that has moved in. It was warm. It was warm for the past several days, and fishing was quite good. But I really wanted to get out here in the snowstorm, and it's always so magical. But you gotta find what you gotta keep, change things up. Things aren't happening. You gotta figure out what's going on, and that's the art and the science and the beauty of this. It's a never-ending learning experience, and I absolutely love that about fly fishing. Just had one on right here. Right there. Missed him. Yes. We got brookies. Here we go. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely fish. He's doing a death roll there. They still have that pheasant tail on him there. Just hooked ever so slightly in his lip. Ah, beautiful. Worked hard for this guy. I had him on once before. I didn't have the camera going, and I fished a little bit off to the right and came back, and he hit it again. So nice. Oh, the sun's coming out too. Let's try to show you his colors here real fast there. Look at that. Gorgeous, special, beautiful fish. Amazing native brook trout, Pennsylvania. It's finest. I'll take my glove off here and we'll get a release on him. Hopefully the floodgates are open. It took a while to pick up the fish, but this guy hit twice. Woohoo! Always sweet to pick up the first one. A little native brookie there. I had him on twice. He hit that pheasant tail. I was going to change to the stonefly, and I'm standing right here. And I'm like, this hole is so beautiful. This run's so beautiful. Let me make another cast. And I made the first cast there. Boom, hit it. I lost him, and so I decided to give him a rest and fished off to the side and a little bit downstream again. Came back again, and it might have been the first cast again where he came up. I had to drift a little bit. He didn't smack it immediately. Came back and whacked the hot spot beadhead pheasant tail. And I was like I said, I was going to change to the stonefly, but I didn't yet. So maybe we'll work the pheasant tail a little bit longer here. That's nice. We could go. Whew, yeah, picked one up. Gorgeous, gorgeous as always. Just absolutely love it. Stunning, especially catching them out here with a blanket of fresh snow. It's wonderful. Got the sun peeking out through there too, so that might be helping just to warm things up a tad here, because it took a while to get a solid strike. All right, the confidence is back. And I landed in a tree. Well, let's see if he's got a buddy hanging out there with him. He was in the softer water right there. Fly went down and set the hook. See how deep this is. I'm not getting down that deep enough there. I think that stonefly might be the way to go. Yikes. Boy. Like a salmon battling upstream. Whew. Wow, look at how beautiful it is with the sun out. Nice. That's pretty. I don't know how deep these runs are here, but that possibly could produce. Too shallow, I think. Get a good float through this run. This is where a dry dropper would work. Those really deep runs are just too deep, too fast. Oh! Yay! Wow, that was quick. Little guy, pheasant tail. Nice. Little guy on the pheasant tail. Is he off? I think the hook is off. All right. He's going to go through the net. This little guy here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that fish. So stunning, so beautiful. How wonderful. Oh. And away he goes. Nice. All right. Floodgates are open. Hopefully. That was second fish just right upstream from the last one. So the sun popped out for a little bit. I'm getting a little chilled. Hope it pops out a little bit more. But adrenaline rush with a little tiny, gorgeous, amazing Pennsylvania State fish there. What is it? Native brook trout. Yeah. So that last one was in some slack water, and I was just saying to myself, you know, maybe I should just start fishing more of a more slackened, so these faster riffles. But this one, it's not really deep. Those deeper ones, I just don't think my dropper was getting down far enough. So this one was a little more shallow. It is definitely fast coming through here. Actually, I was getting ready to make a cast just upstream above those snow-covered rocks there. There's a nice run there. So I was getting ready to cast there, and wham, that guy came and took a hold of the pheasant tail. So we'll keep that fly on for now. We got 2 for 2 right there. So that's nice. So looking at the water here, you got these rocks creating this little ledge, little drop, damming the water up slightly, holding it back, so it's a little bit deeper above, and you got that main run coming off to the right there. That looks pretty sweet, and a minor one coming to the left. So we got two runs to fish here above these snow-covered boulders. That's not as deep as what I expected here. I fished this stream many times, and you know there's fish here, but you can lose your confidence so quickly. You know, even with any professional athlete, you could hit 100 home runs, and you know, then have that hitless streak where you got to get back in the groove. And that's the beauty of this as well. There's never a guarantee, and we had to work there for those fish, and I think the next ones will come a little bit easier now. Sure is picturesque. Look at this. The stream splits up here in 2, and I've never fished it up this far, so I'm curious to see what it's like. Right by that log. So here, you read your water. I just walked by some water, pretty shallow. Nothing really caught my eye. You got a nice run coming through here. Maybe a little bit too fast right now for this dry dropper, but that's where the trout would be. Right down that lane, right off of the tree. You got some cover there, got some nice fast water, got a feeding lane. So that's the spot. That's what you want to look for when you're out here, you know, casting blindly to fish. You got to figure out where you think they might be. Work on your casting. Casting's critical. First cast is really important. It's tough with the ice. My rod was iced, my tips were iced. I think they're a little bit better now, but I was having a tough time with that initial first cast and the second and third. They were just, I really had to overcompensate because everything was going right, which it will with a bead on. You have to overcompensate for that bead and cast more left. But with all the ice on my line, on the tips of my rod, that was making it harder. Yeah, this doesn't look deep enough. Maybe right by the log though. I got this hemlock behind me. I keep snagging my fly in. Let's try and work some magic here. I got ice balls forming on my fly. You got to get it right next to the log so that fly sinks fast, because that's right where they are, right there. And how pretty is that? So here's where the two streams split. I'm not sure which way to go. And might have to check a map. Always need your maps. Let's pull a map out here, see if we can see which way to go here. So I'm at a confluence here of the two branches of the stream, and I thought, hey, let's do a pH and do a water temp, see where we're at, see what's going on there. That's always some good info and some good data. Like a pH of 5 for the stream on the left. Let's see if there's any difference for the stream on the right. Man, there's got to be a fish laying right there. Look at the spot right here. There's got to be a fish right there. They're just not very active today. So it looks like it's between 5 and 5.3. Yeah, some tough waters here. Tough habitat for brook trout, but they're surviving. So 36 degrees is what we got the temp outside. 36. Let's get a water temp right in the middle here. Wow, the water temp is the same. The water and the air are the same, 36 degrees. At 35 air temp right now, and then 36 for the water. Yeah, that's pretty cold, boy. No wonder why they're not so active. You'd like to have some temperature around 40. So we had air temp to 35 and 36, and the water temp is pretty similar, coming up at 36 degrees. That's some pretty chilly water, and it's probably one of the reasons why a little bit more difficult today than usual with picking up the trout. The sun really hasn't come out to warm things up here. The streams I fish in the wintertime, it's nice and that water can get a little bit closer to 40 degrees. But it's not happening right now. Mid 30s, 36. So we're just gonna have to work hard to pick up another trout or two here. Really beautiful spot. Looks like a nice run to get a good float right here. Oh man, nice float through there. Yeah, wow, I'm surprised I'm not getting more action here. Tough wintertime conditions. Nice log crossing the creek here. Trout could be anywhere in these. Oh man, I thought I had a nice one. Dang. Just waiting for that one nice brookie right there. Look at that run right there. Really pretty. Oh, nice spot right there. Gosh. Keep your rod tip off the water because your fly's on the opposite side, so it doesn't go shooting down the fast water there. Probably get one cast before it gets stuck in the tree. Not far enough. And that was it. One and done. Looks awesome. Definitely holds a trout or two. Look at the structure here. Just fabulous. But got wood, got trout. This is really difficult to get into. Wow, it's thigh deep right here. Got some sunshine. This is like the perfect dry dropper run here if it has any depth. This is real nice. Boy, it's chilly when the wind starts blowing here. Definitely feels colder than 36. Right there, bam, right in that soft water, right there. Right there, bam. Come on. All right, I gotta change things, I amazingly haven't lost the fly yet. I think as soon as I put on the stone fly, it'll get down to the bottom and I'll start losing some flies, but that's okay. I think I've been beating this for so long here that it's time to go big or go home. Oh, it doesn't have a bead. I need one with a bead. Here's one with a bead. That one's even bigger. That's too big. Darn. I think I have some in my other box. That's a good looking fly, but I need a bead right now to get down. When I was steelhead fishing earlier this year, I steelhead box, and I like these stonefly nymphs for the steelhead as well. It works really nice. Oh, cheapers. Just gonna pinch down the barb. Let's pick up one more decent trout. A big fly for brookies. I've caught bigger brookies on it. Might just be smaller ones up in this very headwaters, but let's see what happens. There's a turtle. That looks like a turtle. You could do some cloud formations out of these guys. I see a whale. What else? Look at this thing. Wow, I don't know. A Disney character. Look at that. Man, that's a nice hole right there. I'm on top of the mountain here. It looks like it's flattening out. Must be a mile from my car by now. Alright, here we go. Try not to make any fast movements. And try and lob my fly in there. Oh, there's gotta be trout there. I keep saying that. Oh, yes. Wow, that is what we came for. Stonefly in that little stretch of, you know what, 1.5 foot water. Look at this gorgeous brookie. Wow. Had a rough time getting him in the net. Look at the head on him. That is Pennsylvania's finest. Oh, wow. Man. Oh, look, it flies out. Fly came out already. We worked hard to catch this fish. Wow. Persistence pays off. Perseverance. Yay. Let's take a look at him. Look at that. Oh. Just magnificent. Alright, there's the stonefly right there. Boom, get him in his... Wow. Alright. How about that puppy? What a gorgeous fish. How magnificent. Wow, that was like one of the first casts of the stonefly. What a big bruiser of a brookie. I was thinking to turn around. The water was getting kind of flat up here. I think I'm on top of a ridge, and it's not much depth, but it just goes to show you put the right fly on and whammo. That was one big monster native brook trout. How amazingly gorgeous was that? I've been fishing pretty hard here, trying to pick up a nice trout, just like any trout. Got a couple on the beadhead pheasant tail there off the dropper, but I just didn't feel I was getting down deep enough. And bam, man, that just, I wasn't expecting a brookie that big to be up in this region of the headwaters here. That's a nice fish. State fish. You got to protect these guys. Do what it can, you know. Their habitat, cold, clean water. Brookies will not survive in anything else. So that's, we got to do our best to preserve these, and yeah, we need protection for native brook trout. Look at that. That is one amazing fish. That's not a stocked fish. That's not from a hatchery. Born and raised in the stream, just absolutely magnificent. What a difference between catching, you know, something raised in a hatchery and catching something like this. Born and raised. Look at the beauty of that fish. I'm a happy wild trout man at the moment here. That took some taking out here. Cold water, cold weather, snow, but look at what you could catch. And again, it took a while to get the right fly. I was going to turn around and go fish that stonefly downstream because I was running out of water up here. I just thought I had some of those deeper runs. I thought the dropper wasn't the way to go. The dry dropper just wasn't getting down deep enough. And this run here, it's definitely, it's less than 2 feet where this fish, what he called home. So that's pretty special. Well, I'm glad I didn't turn around. That was one bruiser of a native brookie. Getting very close to turning around. Oh, look, it's stream splits again here. Every time my fly lands in the snow, it turns into a big snowball. All right, this looks like a beautiful run right here. Might be deep. Let's see if I get a fly in there. That was too big of a splash. All right. Oh, look at how deep it is there. How fun will this be with a dry fly in summer? Look at that. Wow, that is nice. I didn't get good drifts through here. Wow. There's definitely this is home to some big trout. This is a really, really nice run here. I think I'm going to turn around though. It's getting later. I'm going to turn around and fish this stonefly the rest of the way downstream. Pick up another big bruiser native brookie. Alright, very cool. Fishing downstream, they'll see you, but you do want to fish it back. Oh, gosh. I think I had a hit. Perhaps. Fished a lot of stream. Oh, worked really hard. 3 fish. One gorgeous beauty. Oh, that's what those brookies look like in this stream. They just have that unique look, that big head and long body and excellent spot pattern. Things are starting to freeze up again here. This stream never disappoints, gosh. Past 3 times I fished it. Caught big fish. Last time it was real big brown at the end of the day. The time before was a big brown at the end of the day. This time it was a big brookie at the end of the day. That's pretty awesome. It's gonna be a long video to edit. I've been going at it all day. Got the drone footage. That fish was in here several years. A little slender, but extremely healthy. Hopefully don't have any issues getting the car out of here. It's quite the adventure coming in. That trout could be just everywhere here. And they probably are. Tough conditions to get them to want to expend energy to chase a meal. Oh, that's a nice undercut there. Look at that. Thought I had one on. Yeah, both hits are at the lower third of this pool, surprisingly. Great spot for dry flies during a hatch. This would be a wonderful, nice and deep here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful water. Alright, we gotta keep moving. A lot of places where there should have been fish and I had no hits at all. This is one of them. Yeah, this is a nice deep run. There's definitely fish here. Probably one big bomber ruling the roost. Alright, this is one more run where we started. That's all she wrote. You can tell by my voice I'm tired. I'm curious where the fish are hanging out. This is Class A water. Lots of trout here. Not sure where they are in the wintertime. How about that? Native brook trout magic in the snow. Really wonderful. Really awesome. Headed back now. So the summary started off with a caddis, large caddis, corkhill caddis, tied by my buddy Paul, and no action there. Switched over to the dry dropper. That's why I started with the corkhill too. That was on off a dropper, off a dry, and the caddis was the dropper. And same thing with the pheasant tail. Fished that and picked up 2 smaller brookies on that pheasant tail, and just didn't feel like I was getting down deep enough. And that's when I switched over to the big golden stone, and boy, that magnificent native brook trout. And I love the bigger wild trout, bigger native brookies in this stream. The coloration and especially the spot pattern. Nice big large spots. Just a beautiful fish. Definitely several years old. Nice size. I didn't take a measurement, but yeah, I don't know, estimate him to be about 10-11 inches, I guess. Just gorgeous. So I picked up that big stone with no strike indicator, just a version of tight line nymphing. I don't use mono line, I use my fly line. I love the feel of fly line in my hand. I love fighting a fish with the fly line in my hand. As you'll notice, I don't reel line a whole lot. It gets a little messy, but it's fun. Just using your hand as the drag and bringing that fish in. I love doing that. Except if it's, you get a big fish, you gotta get him on the reel. But look at how beautiful this is. Wow. Stunning night here. Evening. Gorgeous sunset. Really special to pick up these elusive winter trout during a snowstorm. I got out here just after the snow. It was nice wet snow, so it's all over on the trees and just picture perfect, absolutely beautiful. Wherever you look, it was just a postcard beauty here. So that's, I try to get out on these days, just to be careful on the roads, and hopefully I don't have issues getting back out of here. Should be okay. I was able to get in. I thought if the snow started to get slushy, it might be a little harder to get out, but just get the Jeep in 4-wheel drive and plow out of here. So hope you enjoyed the show. Always fun being out here. Always fun, nice to read your comments and meet some of you guys, and that makes it really special as well. I've met so many wonderful people so far with my Wild Trout Man channel that just that in itself is really worth it. So I appreciate that. Appreciate your support, and hope you enjoy the show. Until next time, Wild Trout Man. Home sweet home. Looks like there was another vehicle out here.